Good morning, everyone. Today is the 25th. I guess it's good afternoon now. It's after 12. It's the 25th of January, Sunday afternoon, and we're going to be singing a little song, singing some hymns for you a little bit later. But I'm going to talk this morning a little bit about blindness. Blindness. We read in Romans 11:8, according as it is written, God hath given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear until this day. If you ever decide you want to do a word study on eyes that they should not see, you'll get your boat loaded. There's literally thousands of times it's mentioned in the Old Testament and the New Testament about God giving people the eyes that they cannot see. Ezekiel 12:2 says, Son of man, thou dwellest in the midst of a rebellious house, which have eyes to see and see not, they have ears to hear and hear not, for they are a rebellious house. Well, who shuts the eyes of the blind and causes them to not see? You know, the other question is, who opens the eyes of the blind to cause them to see? On the way to Damascus, Paul had his eyes shut, didn't he? And then, about 3 days later, he got his eyesight back. Isaiah 44:18 says, They have not known nor understood. For he has shut their eyes that they cannot see, and their hearts that they cannot understand. We're talking today not about physical eyesight, but spiritual eyesight. I was about 37 years old before I was given my spiritual eyesight. My eyes had been blinded for years. My ears had been dull of hearing for years. Psalm 69:23 says, Let their eyes be darkened, that they see not, and make their loins continually to shake. Romans 11:10, Let their eyes be darkened, that they may not see, and bow down their back always. Now, I've got a question for you, and that is this. A lot of people deny that there are two kinds of people in the world. They deny that they're elect, and they deny that they're reprobate. I'm here to affirm the answer to my question is that it's the reprobates who cannot see. It's the reprobates who cannot hear. And Scripture backs it up. John 12:40 says, He hath blinded their eyes and hardened their hearts, that they should not see with their eyes and not understand with their heart, and be converted, and I shall heal them. Well, John 9 verse 39. Jesus said, For judgment I am come into this world, that they which see not might see, and they which see might be made blind. Have you ever wondered why so many people get so angry when you start reading certain passages out of the Bible that have been explained away to them all their lives? I've often told people that my test chapter, to test people to see whether they're blind or whether they're seeing, is the 9th chapter of Romans. That'll tell you a lot about a person as to how they interpret the 9th chapter of Romans. For the children being not yet born, not having done any good or evil, that the purpose of God according to election might stand. He said unto him, Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated. Hath not the potter power over the clay of the same lump to make one unto honor and one unto dishonor? Well, Those that are created unto dishonor do not have spiritual sight or spiritual hearing. Those that are loved from the foundation of the world and have been elected by God and been blood-bought by Christ can see and can spiritually hear. Okay? There are those that are blessed by God, God's elect, and they have a spiritual blessing. Matthew 13:16 says, "But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear." But in contradistinction, the reprobate, Mark 8:18, "Having eyes see ye not, and having ears hear ye not, and ye do ye not remember." Acts 28:27, "For the heart of this people is waxed gross, and their eyes are dull of hearing, and their eyes have they closed, lest they should see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, and should be converted, and I should heal them." That's why they can't see the gospel. That's why they can't hear the gospel, is because they've been blinded. They are vessels of wrath fitted for destruction. The same theme can be found in Matthew 13:15. Deuteronomy 29:4. "Yet the Lord hath not given you a heart to perceive, and eyes to see, and ears to hear unto this day." Who didn't give them the eyes to see and the ears to hear? The Lord. The Lord's the one that did it. Well, unless we have our eyes open, unless we have our ears open, we cannot perceive anything spiritually. Isaiah 6:10 said, "Make the heart of this people fat, make their ears heavy, and shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, and convert and be healed." Why did Christ speak to them in parables? He didn't speak to them in parables to make things clearer. Hebrews 13, "Therefore speak I to them in parables, because they see, seeing not, and hearing, hear not, neither do they understand." That's why he spoke to them in parables. Well, why do people have unbelief? Why do people not have faith? Why do people refuse to believe the Bible? Hebrews 3:19, "So we see that they could not enter in because of unbelief." But why were they unbelieving? Because they could not see. Because God is the one that caused them not to see and not to hear. There are many passages in the New Testament where God concealed himself as someone else other than Christ so they wouldn't recognize who he was. Luke 24:16, "But their eyes were holden that they should not know him." Well, if God can do that through his son Jesus Christ from a physical standpoint, you don't think he can do that from a spiritual standpoint? Well, that's what I want to talk about this morning a little bit. We're going to sing a few hymns. I think we're going to sing 3 hymns for you today. But the thing I want to really drive home is that those who are vessels of wrath fitted for destruction will never understand or perceive or hear the truth of the Bible. They will attack it. They will try to explain it away. They'll try to say it means something other than what it says. You know? Well, the first song we're going to sing today, we sing out of this old school hymnal, and we've enjoyed singing out of, and Rosette also has been singing quite a few of the Gadsby songs lately. The reason that we are broadcasting today, we didn't go to Joplin today. We had a terrible winter storm. We had about 8 inches of snow here, and there was 10 inches of snow up in Joplin. It's still 7 degrees here in Pineville, so it's very cold. And we're probably going to be hibernating for 2 or 3 days. The first song I want to sing is 491. And I'm going to turn this camera around. 491. Where could I go? Living below in this old sinful world, hardly a comfort can afford. Striving alone to face temptation sore. Where could I go but to the Lord? Where could I go? Oh, where could I go? Seeking a refuge for my soul, needing a friend to save me in the end. Where could I go but to the Lord? Neighbors are kind, I love them everyone. We get along in sweet accord. But when my soul needs manna from above, where could I go but to the Lord? Life here is grand with friends I love so dear. Comfort I get from God's own word. Yet when I face the chilling hand of death, where could I go but to the Lord? Where could I go? Where could I go? Seeking a refuge for my soul, needing a friend to save me in the end. Where could I go but to the Lord? Mark, you have a number?
Lost my.
Just give us one you'd like to sing.
325, blessed be the tie that binds.
225, blessed be the tie that binds.
Yes.
Oh no, mine is how charming is
325, blessed be the tie that binds.
325?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you said 225. I'm sorry. 325.
Delete it or not.
Blessed be the tie that binds our hearts in Christian love, the fellowship of kindred minds is like to that above. Before our Father's throne, we pour our hearts and prayers. Our fears, our hopes, our aims are one, our comforts and our cares. We share our mutual woes, our mutual burdens bear, and often for each other flows the sympathizing tear. When we of sons depart,
It gives us inward pain,
but we shall still be joined in heart and hope to meet again. Do you have a number, Rosette?
170.
170. I would see Jesus. I would see Jesus when the flowers of joy adorn my way, when sunshine and when hope surround my path from day to day, when friends I cherish most are near and hearts encircle mine. Then, Father, would I turn from all and lean alone on thine. To those who know the Lord I seek is my beloved near. The bridegroom of my soul I seek, oh, when will he appear? Though once a man of grief and shame, and now he fills the throne, and bears the greatest, sweetest name that earth or heaven has known. Grace flies before and love attends his steps where'er he goes. And none can see him but his friends, and they were once his foes. He speaks obedient to his call, our warm affections move. Did he but shine a light on all, then all alike would love. Then love in every heart would reign, and war would cease to roar. And cruel and bloodthirsty men would thirst for blood no more. Such Jesus is, and such his grace, oh, may he shine on you. And tell him when you see his face, I long to see him too. Well, I want you to think about what we talked about this morning. If you run into somebody that, you know, they are very, they're trying to push back against the doctrines of election. They're trying to push back against predestination. They're trying to push back against particular redemption. They're trying to promote the free will of man. They're trying to promote universal atonement. They're trying to promote a free offer of the gospel. They're trying to promote a works-based salvation. Just realize that they have been given eyes that they cannot see. May the good Lord be with you today in a special way is my prayer. God bless.